With this next lesson, we're going to look at Revolve features. We're going to add a sweep, and then we're actually going to do a little bit of stress analysis on the part. So Revolve involves, we can create cylindrical parts very easy. One of the very first videos that we did, we talked about the different design intents, and we had a layered cake approach, a machining approach, and a subtractive approach. This was one of Revolve is one of the methods that we can use. Before we get started on the chapter lesson, I want to do a really simple Revolve. The chapter lesson is quite involved, and I'd like to do just a simple demonstration before we get to that lesson. You don't have to hand this project in that I'm going to do right now on the screen, but you're more than welcome to follow along, and you can use it for reference instead of going to the one that we're actually going to do for the class lecture. So to start a Revolve, I am going to start a sketch on the front plane. And with a Revolve, we always need something that we can revolve the sketch around or about. And so I'm going to start with a center line, and I'm going to start in the origin here, and I'm just going to, it doesn't matter how long, this is our reference point that the sketch is going to revolve around. And for those of you that took our manual machining classes, you remember in one of those classes we did a very simple step shaft. And so if we want to recreate something like that, I can start with a line, and it doesn't matter. I just make it look something like this, and I'm going to come down. I'm going to use my inference line to pick up that origin again. And then I'm going to close the sketch. Now that I've closed the sketch, we can add some dimensions. And if we make this thing say 150 millimeters. $50 and we'll add some dimensions here. Now, if I click on this line and the center line, I'm going to get a radius. Or I'm sorry, if I click below this line, I'll end up getting a radius. If I click on this center line and then drag it down below, then it's going to be a diameter. And we'll make this one 5, and we'll make this last one 37 millimeters. Okay, so there's my sketch, and I'm going to revolve around, and I'm going to create a revolve, and so I'm going to exit the sketch, or I can just go right to my features, and I'm going to select Revolve Boss Base, and you can see my preview. It basically takes this outline of the sketch, and now it revolves it around the center line, and so now you can see that cylinder, and I could go halfway around, but I'm revolving it all the way around. I'm going to click the green check mark, and there's my cylinder. Again, we could have done the layered cake approach. We could have drawn a circle and extruded it this way, started a sketch here, drawn another circle, and it's extruded it this way, and then done the same for the third. This is just a different way to accomplish this. So that was a very simple revolve. We're going to end this sketch here now, and with the next video we will start with the class lecture in the book that begins on page 207.